What is going on, you guys? I am back with another video, and today we're going to take a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Micronus Prime. So before we take a look at Micronus, let's go over the packaging. So here is our package for Age of the Primes. You've got this nice piece of artwork here of Micronus riding his bike. An image of Micronus with the Apex armor. On this side, you've got a bigger image of Micronus with the Apex armor. On this side, you have the Pantheon with Solus Prime, Micronus Prime, and Alchemist Prime. And on the back, you have your obligatory product shots of the figures and their transformation steps. So that is it for the box. In the packaging, you do get Micronus Prime's relic, the Chimera Stone. This nice little disc done in translucent teal plastic with some metallic teal paint. And if I can get it to focus, you can see Micronus Prime's logo on it. Focus. There we go. There's his logo. You also do get his bike, and you get Micronus Prime. So let's take a look at Micronus first. Based on his appearance in Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015. And he looks really good. Get a close-up look at his details. Focus. There you go. Get a close-up look at Micronus' face sculpt. Very nice. Now, my biggest gripe with this figure is his elbows and his knees and his torso and his head are made of translucent plastic, and I am not a fan of those. But I'm afraid of the arms and the legs breaking. But it is what it is. Micronus here looks really good, though. He does look like what he did in Transformers Robots in Disguise. But articulation-wise, his head's on a ball joint. Arms are on a ball joint. Due to transformation, you have a joint there. Elbows are on a ball joint. Legs can move forward and back, in and out. Thigh rotation, knee bend, because the knees are on a ball joint. No waist. But you get the gist. He can hold 5mm weapons, because he has 5mm ported holes. So, the only weapon I am willing to put in his hand, and because of fear of breaking his hands, is the Star Saber. So now Micronus can go around wielding the Star Saber. But if you don't want him holding the Star Saber, you can make him hold the Chimera Stone in his hand. Or you can plug it into the port on his back, which right now is where it's going. So, for comparison with Micronus in this mode, I'm going to back this up a little. Right now, the only character I've got in robot mode for this comparison is Transformers Robots in Disguise. Fix-It. So you can see how he scales with another mini-con from that continuity. So, stand up, Fix-It. So, that is Micronus in this mode. So now let's take a look at the bike. Now, the bike is these are supposed to be out, but I sometimes display it sitting, and I can't do it because of the lack of stability there. So here's the bike. Nice, like, unicycle kind of. I don't know why, but this reminds me of the SPD Omega Rangers Uniforce cycle, because it really reminds me of that. The cool thing about this is you can take the arms off, and in this mode, Micronus is kind of a weaponizer. So, if you untab the rim from the tire, hold on, bring these in, bring these out and down. Now you can kind of weaponize with some of these parts. So, alright, so I'm just gonna, I grabbed a random figure. Here's Siege Sideswipe as the guinea pig. So if you want him to use the tire, you gotta flip this peg out from inside the wheel. Make sure that all that tabs back together. So take this port on his back and plug it into Sideswipe's back. Hold on. Without breaking anything. And then Micronus can plug into the forearm as a shield. Then you can do whatever you want with his arms. Use one as a handheld gun and the other one is like a... Hold on. Shoulder gun. But there's Sideswipe armed up with Micronus Prime as a weapon. So there's that. Let's put all this back together for the bike mode. Now you want to take the 4 pegs and realign them up with the tabs on the wheel. But I will do this off camera. Okay, so now I've got it back in its bike mode. We're going to retab the arms here. Oh, this can be used as a bike. I'm going to bend these back down so the bike will stand up. Now we can take Micronus. I'm going to take the Chimera Stone off and plug it in onto this port right here. Just make sure I get it straight. Like so. There you go. So there's the Chimera Stone on the bike. Now you can take Micronus, rotate his arms out, and have his hands hold on to those 5mm pegs here. Now you've got Micronus riding his bike, which looks really cool. Now I wish I had something to stand this up against, so stand like right here under this, so I could make it look like the bike's actually driving around. But yeah. So now for proper vehicle mode comparisons, Micronus is going to stay right there. Let's bring in his brother, or well, fellow sibling primes. We're going to start with Deluxe Class Solus Prime, so you can see how they look together. Big Cybertronian bike versus weird Cybertronian sports truck. Hi, Fix-It. Fix-It wanted to make a cameo again, apparently. Here he is with Deluxe Alchemist Prime. Micronus is just going to be out of scale with the vehicle modes. That's how it is. Voyager Prima Prime. Voyager Legacy United Vector Prime with the DNA set. Well, most of the DNA set. Unfortunately, during my last transformation of Vector Prime, his wings completely snipped, so I had to switch back to the default wings. And all that came off. Hold on. And finally, here he is with Leader Class Micronus. See how they look together. Now they look really... The primes look great together. I'm slowly building up the Pantheon. So now we're going to take Micronus carefully off the bike. Now I'm going to take the bike and transform it. Alright, so we got Micronus back over here, and we've got the bike now transformed into what apparently is the prototype of the Apex armor. The last time we've seen the Apex armor, well, as actual armor, was in Transformers Primes, which kind of makes sense given he's Micronus Prime from RID 2015. So here is the Apex armor in all of its glory. A lot of black, dark green, some silver, some of the turquoise, tan or teal colors Head sculpt looks pretty good. Nice silver eyes. You got the Chimera stone there in the middle. Articulation wise, this head's on a ball joint. Not a lot of access to the joint due to the transformation. Hold on, I gotta move his wheels out of the way. Arms can do a full 360. They can go in and out. Got a bicep rotation, elbow bend, and a wrist rotation. You would think, though, these are blaster tips and exhaust pipes, but these are not blast effect compatible, which suck. No waist rotation due to how the waist transforms. Legs can go forward, forward, back, in and out, thigh rotation, knee bend, and you got ankle tilt. So you've got a pretty decent amount of posability for the Apex armor, just no waist. So here it is, and here it is with Micronus Prime. Now Micronus does play along with this, so we're going to open the chest up, and you can see it's a big open cavity. Well, that's where Micronus goes. So let me do this real quick. Alright, so now we've got Micronus in his vehicle mode, which is a Minicon badge. Since Micronus is the first Minicon in Cybertronian history, it makes sense. And he turns into the Minicon badge from the Armada, or from the Unicron trilogy. So, how this works is you open him up, place him in there, he will lock into place, and then close the doors the right way. And now Micronus Prime is in his battle armor, so he can go help his brother and sister Primes take on Unicron, which is pretty cool. So now I'm going to pop the Chimera stone out a minute. So we can take a look at all of the relics together. So again, here is the Chimera stone. Well, we have that. We have the Star Saber. We have the Forge of Solus Prime. We have the lenses. Oh, wait a minute. And the Requiem Blaster. So as of right now, 5 relics into the Age of the Primes. Cannot wait to start adding more relics to the collection. Alpha Trion should be here within the next couple days, so the Quill and the Covenant are next. So, there's that. Let's put the Chimera Stone back in the Apex armor, and let's get to comparisons. So I'm also going to pop him back out. So I want to compare him and the armor to his siblings, so there's the armor. Alright, so there's Micronus and the Apex armor. So now, make sure this is standing straight. For comparisons, here they are with the Deluxe Solus Prime. See how they look together. And I just made Solus's eyes pink because her art and the Prime Wars cartoon and all of her other incarnations depict her having pink eyes. So, there's that. Here they are with Deluxe Alchemist Prime, aka Thew Adams, as everybody calls him now. Here they are with... He don't like standing all the time. Here it is with Voyager Prima. Back them up. Maybe that'll do some better. There we go. There they are together. With Legacy United, Vector Prime with some of the DNA upgrade kits. And with Leader Class Micronus. You can see how they look together. And they look pretty good together. Now, on just the note of the actual primes that have come out in the Age of the Primes series so far, the group is coming together quite nicely. These guys look phenomenal together. There you have them. Oh, overall, oh, and just for deluxe, of normal deluxe, here he is with the Siege Sideswipe. Well, overall, what do I think of the Age of the Primes Deluxe Micronus? I think this is actually a really good figure. It's kind of cool that they're using the weaponizer functionality to give Micronus Prime a new figure. Micronus, that was a character I didn't expect to get a new figure at all. I didn't expect any of the Primes, but they're coming out really nicely. Micronus was done pretty well. It's nice that they homage both his self from Robots in Disguise, and they acknowledge Transformers Prime because of the Apex armor. And it's cool that they actually have a physical toy of a version of the Apex armor. But I would give Micronus a solid 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10. It would be 10 if he had armor had a waist. But yeah. So I highly suggest you guys go pick this up if you are looking to collect the 13. I'm more than halfway through the 13, and I can't wait to have the whole set. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. This has been the review of the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Micronus Prime and Apex Armor. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys later.